Good morning, Alan. Welcome to Goat Golf Holes.
Hey, Sean, good morning. Nice to chat with you today.
Awesome. Thanks. I really appreciate your time. I know you're going to have an incredible busy week next week, so thanks for taking the time this week. Just how's the preparation going?
Yeah, it's going really well. I mean, prep started even in February with some of our tour partners coming on property, putting up scaffolding and hospitality. We tried to get an early start, due to the ground being hard and less damage, potentially bringing stuff on or off the course. But yeah, prep's going well. This is the week before the tournament is coined as kind of advanced week for us. So really just final preparations and some, road closures where we start to get the TV crew, on site, et cetera. So exciting time for the club and everyone involved.
Fantastic. Do I understand it correctly if I've done my research? Is this the sixth time you're going to be hosting the Canadian Open?
That's correct. Yeah. And the last time was in 2010. So it's been a dozen years. As you probably know, or some of the viewers, we were set to host the tournament in 2020, which of course was postponed, delayed to 2021, and then further to this year. So, I think as a club and the membership and professional staff and everyone involved, we're really excited that the tournament's here, and not only for people that are involved kind of internally and close to the event, but from a lot of the golf fans in the country that I've had the opportunity to chat with over the past number of months. They're real excited for the national championship to be played again for the first time in 3 years.
100%. I can't agree more. It's fascinating to see people now being able to go and view these significant pros. I also understand there's so much history involved at the club. I understand that the first Canadian Open was played back in 1933.
Yeah, that's correct. So the first one here at the club, the tournament goes back all the way to 1904. The first one was played at the Royal Montreal Golf Club, which is the oldest golf club in North America. And the first one here at the club in 1933. So yeah, rich history here at the club. We're coming up to our 100th anniversary, our centennial in 2029. So that will be exciting. But yeah, the tournament has such a storied history, and I think St. George's is just happy to play a small part of it, or a big part of it, however you look at it, having hosted the tournament half a dozen times.
Absolute honor for you guys. I'm doing this series, as I informed you on email, called Signature Holes on Tour. So I'd love to get your feedback if you feel there is a hole or a stretch of holes that are going to be pivotal to the outcome of this year's Canadian Open.
Yeah, absolutely, Sean. I think, it's unique at the club here, and I'll kind of give you a little bit of the lay of the land. Really, holes 1, 2, and 3 generally play into the wind. So number 1 is a shorter hole for tour standards. It's about 370 yards it'll play. So a lot of risk reward, whether you want to go with an iron or a hybrid. Some might try and hit driver to the bottom of the hill. But again, very treacherous green. Number 2 and 3 are very robust holes. So if you have a front 9 start on Thursday, Friday, really you come out of the gates with 3 challenging holes. Whereas unique here at the club during the Canadian Open, the back 9 starts on hole number 9. And we go par 5, a short par 4, and then a par 5 again. So if you get the start on the back 9, so that would be stretch of holes 9, 10, and 11, you could really come out of the gate in those holes, 2 or 3 under par. So quite a difference in starting on holes 1, 2, and 3. And then 2 more areas here at the club, holes 12, 13, and 14 are called the Loop. And again, it's a great par 4, par 3, par 4. And the 14th hole has water and some great bunkers guarding the green. It's a little sliver of a green, so tough if you're coming in with a long iron, tough to keep it on the green. So again, that loop 12, 13, 14, I think there's a lot of shots made up or given back, especially 14 being one of the toughest holes in the country. And then the finishing stretch is great. One of the greatest finishing 3 holes in Canada. hole 16, 17, and 18. So 16 will be our rink hole during the tournament, where they put up hockey boards, and the hospitality that's available on that hole, they're called penalty boxes, which is kind of unique. And so 16 is a par 3 that, the plate says it plays 205, but I was out with some players yesterday, and it was 229 to the back right pin that we had yesterday for a practice round. And then 17, hole 17 plays about 485 yards as a par 4, where you have to play a cut off the tee. So, and then 18 is probably one of the most iconic holes in Canada, where you're playing, plays about 470, but up the hill to the, Tudor style classic castle clubhouse. And again, lots of, hospitality and stadium seating has been set up. So that's going to make for a real great finish, holes 16 through 18. Pretty special.
Sounds absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to watch. Ellen, if I had to push you, could you call out one hole that you think kind of might turn up something special on the event?
Yeah, I think, what, I would probably say 17. I think 17 is, again, 18 being the iconic hole view-wise. 16 is a great hole, as I just mentioned. But I really think 17 is demanding. It's a small green, but you're coming in with a longer iron. You do have to generally, it fits the eye to play a little bit of a cut off the hole, off the tee, if you're a right-handed golfer. There's going to be some rough on the right side that you're going to want to stay out of. And then left, if you go through the fairway, there's of course rough and cedars, some trees planted there. So I really think, Sean, 17 is where, you'll see if someone could birdie that hole, they'll probably make a shot and a half up on the field, or a shot on the field. So I'd say 17 would be my final answer.
Excellent. Thanks for that. Just as a matter of interest, I mean, can you talk me through how you'd play 17? Is it drive off the tee, as you said, with a little bit of a cut? I mean, is it a hole that you can maybe play percentage-wise and try and make sure you hit the fairway, or is it just too long for that?
Yeah, definitely. I'd start off by saying I certainly wouldn't hit it as far as the guys that we're going to be watching on TV next week. But yeah, I mean, I try and play the hole. I kind of aim down the center of the fairway. I play a cut naturally off the tee. So for me, I aim down the center of the fairway. Then I just kind of try and cut it more around the bunker. I don't have the length necessarily to go over the bunker with a cut. A few of the players that I was with yesterday, they took a little different line than I would. Not only do they have the length that some of the amateur golfers don't, or members here at the club, but they also have the height. So there's a big tree that kind of guards the right side. But again, with a confident swing, you can really get the ball high and potentially even play a draw over it. So draw it back into the fairway. But yeah, I'd certainly play it. I think most of the players and members at large here, when the tournament's not being played, kind of aim down the middle of the fairway, play a cut around, and you try and get it out there as far as you can. Because like I said, it's a long hole, from whether it's the back tees or the regular member tees. And then generally it's, having a long iron in. So if you can hit it an extra 15 yards even and come in with a 6 iron versus a 4 iron, as you know, that's a big advantage.
100%. I can't agree more. Fascinating to watch the holes you've described. If I gave you $100, are you putting on one of the Canadians, Mackenzie maybe, or Corey to bring home their home tourney?
Yeah, you know what, Sean? I mean, I'm rooting for all the Canadians and many other players for that matter. A lot of them are playing really well. Corey Connors, of course, has played extremely well as of late and in some big events. So I think Corey has a great opportunity here. He's so solid with his irons. Other players, whether it's an international player, or someone from the US, I really think it's going to be someone that has some precision off the tee. And then the greens here. I mean, St. George's is known for having those iconic greens with a lot of slope to them. And if you're missing the green and you're pitching from, around the green, if it's firm and fast around here, which if we don't get rain during the week, it will be. I think that's going to be the player really who can, get up and down, has a very tidy short game, or someone that doesn't even put themselves in that position and is hitting a high percentage of greens in regulation.
Fantastic. What are you thinking? I mean, if it plays firm as you're hoping it will, it kind of did Rory win it in 2019 at 22 under?
That's right. Yeah, that was hosted at another great club, Hamilton Golf and Country Club. Yeah, you know what? Score-wise, I don't know. I mean, weather dictates so much of that. Of course, the PGA Tour agronomist and his team will, play with course setup depending on if we get rain or no rain. What the rough will look like tournament week and green speeds, that'll be left up to them and our course superintendent, Ian McQueen, who is a true professional. Yeah, tough to say, what the score could be. I think here in 2010, I think Carl Pedersen won at 16 under par. Now that being said, we did get a lot of rain that week, so the greens were very receptive. And as you know, I mean, these players are so darn good that if they're soft greens with their precision, they could get it real close to the hole. So yeah, it'd be interesting to say. I'd hate to give you a number, but I think it's going to be a great test of golf for players. The club will showcase itself well, and it'll be great preparation too for those that are heading off to the country club in Brookline for the US Open the following week.
Ellen, I really want to thank you for your time. Your insight has been unbelievable. I wish you well for the tournament. I hope it goes well. I'm sure it will go very well for you guys. And I'm looking at the field. It's a fantastic field. So I hope you can get some time to actually sit back and enjoy it.
Good stuff. Well, yeah, it's going to be great. Like I said, it's a big sense of pride for myself and the entire team and members at the club. So we're looking forward to having it and soaking it all in. And Sean, thanks so much for your time and best of luck with this series. Okay.
Thank you very much, Ellen. Again, thank you. Really appreciate it. Lovely chatting to you.
Okay. Have a great one.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Cheers.